program chair for the design, the MBA in design strategy here at CCA, California College of the Arts, just about a mile away from here. And it's a pretty innovative program that I think shares a lot of values with everyone in this room and this company as well, because we integrate design, design thinking, design process with sustainability and systems thinking, as well as what I would call new business and new approaches to leadership. So I'm really happy to be here this morning. I was asked to talk about the future of sustainability, and I think you've just seen the future of sustainability to some extent, rooted in the present, so I don't think I need to say a whole lot. I did want to share a quick quote with you from Hunter Levins. This came up earlier this morning. This idea that we are in an economic recession, or we're having a challenging economic time, certainly isn't the first time we've experienced this. But the first impulse that traditional business has is, well, because of now we don't have time for sustainability. And one of the things that I like about this quote is that this reminds us that sustainability is the way out of tough economic times, as well as the way that we build for a better future. So in the building industry, it was great to see that sustainable building is up despite the rest of building being down. I think that's true of pretty much every sector, or certainly could be true. So sustainability is a clear established business driver. I think it's been proven out this year and last year in all sectors. And it's one of several business drivers that we focus on in our program, that Autodesk is focusing on as the strategy, the core strategy of its companies. These are three of the biggest drivers, I think, in business today. And this is really a conversation, this is a summit about sustainability set in a conversation about business. It's no longer possible to practice all three of these, a little bit ahead fast, without, certainly to practice them successfully, without understanding and integrating the impacts and the approaches and the learnings from the others. And that's really our job today, is to figure out how do we use design thinking and design process in order to innovate new solutions that are both sustainable from a systems context, as well as create new value in business. And we're doing it. It's not impossible. You're seeing examples of it here today, but it's something that we find we need to remind ourselves on. So we need to integrate design thinking and process. We need to understand new business, and sustainability is a piece of that as well. And what's interesting about that to me is that it's actually creating a shared conversation between a lot of sectors that have never really shared the same language, not necessarily seen the same values reflected, and certainly hasn't learned to work together in a collaborative way. So as these sectors describe what they're here on the planet to do, they're starting to use the same language. They talk about systems thinking, and they're starting to align the principles that guide what is design today, what is business today, what is sustainability today, and that's an opportunity we've never seen before. So this is your opportunity, in effect, to capitalize on that, because it hasn't happened before, and it will grow in the future, but you can be on the leading edge of this. Just wanted to take one moment to remind us that sustainability is actually a large context of sets of impacts and sets of domains. We've been talking almost exclusively about the ecological this morning, the ecological impacts. That's a really strong piece of sustainability that we've developed over the last couple of years especially, but it's not the only part of sustainability. There's the social impacts, there's the financial impacts. Part of the problems we're having in the economy today is because we haven't paid attention to financial sustainability. We've been doing business as usual, and it hasn't led us to a good place. So as developers, as engineers, as designers, as business people, etc., we need to remind ourselves that sustainability that's better for the environment isn't enough. We still need to do things that are better for people. And by the way, most customers respond better to those messages. Like Aaron just said, part of their solution was to build a better laptop with better features. Oh, and it was better for the environment. And that's the thing that we need to remind ourselves about. So we have lots of tools. These are sort of generic categories of tools. We have, we've seen examples of Autodesk, for instance, having very specific tools on the ecological side to help us put sustainability into our normal business and engineering and design practices already. But we're missing them in some of the other categories. we don't have good social frameworks, tools. We don't have cultural sustainability tools. So in the other categories, and then especially the business tools, almost none of our business tools reflect sustainability in any way, shape, or form. We have experiments like gross national happiness. We have experiments like blended value. But the development and the success that a company like Autodesk has had in putting ecological sustainability in its tools needs to be mirrored on the financial side and on the social side as well. And maybe that's the next step, or it's certainly an opportunity for people in this room. So I find it a little bit ironic in a world where the whole idea, excuse me, of growth is being questioned. Growth is a driver that doesn't always lead to better solutions. What we do want to see is growth in this sector. We want to see more sustainable solutions, more sustainable understanding, knowledge, tools, practices, etc. So we are, when you're in the sustainability world, you are in a growth field, you're in a growth sector, because that's exactly what needs to grow in order for us to figure out how to do more with less, for instance, natural resources or financial capital. And so with that, why don't we set up and do some quick Q&A with the examples that we saw just moments ago.